Well, indeed, Mpho, and just a few moments ago, Gauteng Premier David Makhura emerged from the gravesite. He was one of those who got to have the opportunity to throw some soil into the grave of the late Jessie Duarte. Let us speak now to Gauteng Premier David Makhura. Dr. Makhura, you used your address here at the funeral of the late Jessie Duarte to highlight some of the challenges she would have spoken out against, like the crime wave that is now engulfing Gauteng, various parts. You have been up all night. Tell us about what she would have said about these killings, these senseless killings.
Comrade Jessie was very connected to communities. Every time I would get this long midnight calls when there's a problem in a particular community. And she was not for a short phone call. She will explain every little detail. She got a phone call from somebody in that area. Their problem is this, and she'll explain. So we had a very difficult. She passed on in the night. We had a very difficult night. We were out in Alexandra on Operation Okaimulao. The people of Alexandra were very happy to see that. We're dealing with an incident that would have happened. People were killed on Thursday, and we were called to the south of Johannesburg where a shooting had just occurred. We spent most of the night there. When we were at Tembelihle still dealing with the shooting of 6 people there, we were told that another shooting has taken place in Mutwaledi, informal settlement next to Deep Kloof in Soweto. So what I do know is that these issues of safety and security were very close to Comrade Jessie's heart, and the fact that we were out in the communities dealing with those issues would have earned a pat on my back from her, because that's really the kind of leader she was. She wanted, when there are problems, go out in communities. And I briefed the police this morning when we met with the minister in Alexandra. Because she was the first MEC for community safety in Gauteng. It was called Community Safety and Security. I briefed the police about the fact that we have lost her, and the police have not slept in our province. They were working throughout the night. So I would really like to say that Comrade Jessie is somebody who really wanted leadership that is on the ground.
And Premier, you spoke also very strongly about the principled leadership she had, and someone who abhorred the scourge of corruption and misappropriation of funds. It's something that you've also been fighting quite strongly, calling for law enforcement agents to act against those. When we look at the province of Gauteng, the PPE corruption and the mismanagement of funds at such a critical time, what do you think she would think about the state of the crime and corruption situation in South Africa?
Well, let me first say that, as I said about crime, what she would have wanted is that people should be arrested. Those who commit crime should be arrested. That's the only single message we have been sending out to the police. Fortunately, in Alexandra, the police have arrested lots of people for different crimes. We want to see the arrest of those who committed, who shot and killed people in Soweto, in Nomzamo. We want to see the arrest of those who killed people in the East Rand, in Katehong, and the 2 shootings that took place last night. We want to see those people arrested. But talking about principles that Comrade Jessie Duarte really stood for in every meeting of the ANC, she would raise this fundamental issue of non-racialism. That apartheid was a society, was a system that was about dividing people along racial lines, about demeaning black people, and she always said, the ANC, every decision we made, where is non-racialism? So she strongly believed in a non-racial South Africa as the best future espoused in the Freedom Charter, something that we in the ANC had fought for many years. But when you look at from time to time the character of our organization, as the President was saying here, we're not doing what we're supposed to do to bring more South Africans the diverse group of South Africans, and we owe that to Jessie Duarte to do that. The second thing, she would never complete a discussion in an NEC meeting without dealing with this fundamental issue about where are women in society and where are women in the ANC. So non-racialism, but also non-sexism. She always fought for a non-racial society, a non-racial ANC. She always fought for a non-sexist ANC and a non-sexist South Africa. So this question about the role and place of women is something she really said that's a fight she will never abandon. And the last one, in the end, she would say everything we do, we must assess everything we do from the point of view of social and economic justice. In other words, how does this benefit those for centuries who have been excluded? How does it benefit the poor? Everything we do, she would ask that fundamental question. How does this benefit poor people? How does this benefit working class people and those in the townships? How does this benefit women? And she was one of the most outspoken people about the need for fundamental transformation of South Africa. She was uncompromising on that question. And for us, those three principles, with an uncompromising fight to build safe and secure communities, is the legacy that we will continue to uphold for Jessie Duarte.
No, thank you very much for that, Premier David Makhura. Just summing it up very nicely about the legacy of Jessie Duarte.